Whew. I just wanted to come here and talk about something. Um, as some of you, well, I'd say most of you all know by now, my daughter is in the marching band, and she's in high school. She has a little boyfriend, sweet kid. They're both honor students. My daughter's been playing music for a long time. She plays like 4 or 5 horns and piano, self-taught. Um, our whole family plays music. My son plays trombone, bass. My husband plays bass and guitar. I play ukulele, guitar, and saxophone. So, yeah, just wanted to get that out there. So, since my daughter is in the marching band and she's going to my old high school that I graduated from, that I marched with, um, I enjoy going to watch her because it's kind of bittersweet to see her do what I did. Um, of course, it's different teachers now, different uniforms, different approach, but it's also 20 years later, so uh, all that's really changed. And I was, I've learned that the costumes are better, the shows are more elaborate when you get schools that are really good at what they do. Um, but where I took her, I picked her boyfriend up yesterday and took him with me, and her little brother, and he's a sweet kid. He keeps Aiden entertained a lot because Aiden likes to watch the football games to a point, but Katie's boyfriend doesn't really care much about football. And so we're all just kind of sitting there waiting for the band performances. And at away games, it's even more because the band doesn't perform much before the show or before the game. So, yesterday we got there like way early and I get attacked. As soon as I pull up, everybody was like, there's like a bunch of kids going, "Is this your mom? Is this your mom?" And my daughter's like, "Why does everybody want to meet my mom?" And of course, my first reaction's like, "'Cause I'm awesome." What else? Come to find out, there's one that follows me on here that knew who I was as soon as she see me. But I guess it's because I'm so laid back, and I've always kind of been that way. I'm very open, very honest. I made a shitload of mistakes at their age, and if I can be honest with them about the mistakes I made, what it caused me, maybe they'll stop and say, "Hey, I don't want to do that." So it's like I was telling a couple of them last night. I don't do so well with other people's kids at a certain age. I like really, really little ones. I have a lot of fun with them. They tend to really like me. I don't know if it's kids. Most of the time I look like a big cartoon character. Um, and then I usually get along with the older kids because I'm a big kid myself. So, I was talking to uh, this one girl about some issues she was having, and we were talking, and I told her, I said, I made a lot of mistakes in high school. But the one thing that I never did, that a lot of kids are doing nowadays, is sending each other nudes. And she was talking about that. There was actually a couple that were sitting there talking, not saying that any of them had done it. We were just discussing it. And some of them didn't realize that it's actually illegal now, at least in our state, that if you're caught, even as a minor, with nudes of another minor, that is child pornography and you are charged. And then you are on the sex registry list just for maybe having a nude of your boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay. I know it was likely, well, I won't say it was going on when I was in school because I got to stop and think. We didn't really have cell phones, we had pagers. Internet was not as good as it is now. So if you're giving your boyfriend, girlfriend's nudes back then, they were probably Polaroid pictures. Um, uh, yeah, but I was talking, I was like, even when I was modeling there for a little bit, that was one thing that I never wanted to do was even artistic nudes because especially once the internet became even slightly useful to models or, more used for them. I knew, even at a young age, once that's out there, that's out there. There's no getting that back. I mean, there's nothing you can do because once you put it out there, there's nothing to save somebody from downloading it to their computer and then moving it to another side. And I know this because it's happened to somebody else that I know. I won't say I'm friends with them, but I know them. And that's what I was telling him. People don't stop and think about that anymore. You have to stop and think that everything that you do that's digital is going to follow you for the rest of your life. It can affect your jobs that you get later. It can even affect you getting into college. Some colleges will do a search online, and if they find some things, they will say no. I know a girl that was wanting to try to get into elementary education, and because early in her teenage years, early adult years, she did a couple of artistic nude sessions for some photographers, which she did eventually go back through the sites where they were for her portfolios and stuff, and she pulled them. So if you Google searched her name, they shouldn't come up. But somebody had saved them, obviously, and had uploaded them to a bunch of free porn sites. So they followed her around everywhere she went, and she wasn't able to do that. So now what is she doing? She's working a minimum wage job because she can't go to school for what she wants to. She can't finish out the degree that she wanted to finish out because it involved law enforcement. It's just crazy, and I don't think, as teenagers, I don't think they stop a lot and think about that. So this is really a video more for you guys. If somebody wants nudes of you, think about it this way. Do you trust that person enough to know that they're the only ones that's ever going to see it? Okay, I'm in my 30s, and the only person that I would ever trust to send a nude to, I'm married to. I never, ever sent them as a teenager because of that reason. Even though back then it would have been Polaroids, but you get what I'm saying. I wouldn't even do them when I got a little bit older for my modeling career. And I even had one photographer tell me, it's like, you'd make so much more money if you would do them. No, because what happens one day when I have kids? What if they run across them? Things happen. I've seen weirder things happen. I've known people that's ran across things that their parents did that they didn't know about, and they wish they had not found out. And it was stuff that was done way before the internet was around, but it got put on the internet. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. If you can't, just because they're your boyfriend or girlfriend at the time doesn't mean that they're not going to share your pictures. Doesn't mean that once they get mad at you, they're not going to spread them around. I mean, hell, as adults, there's sites for people who are mad at their exes to upload their nudes on there as adults. Okay? Of course, you can't do that with teenagers. It's illegal. But yes, in the state of Tennessee, and you might want to check your state too if you are a teenager. This is my advice to you. If it's something you feel like you're going to do and you don't give a shit if they get spread around, remember that if they get online, you can't do anything about it. You can have them pulled off the site you run across, but somebody's always going to have them and is always going to re-upload them. But that's your choice. Also, check your laws, because this just got passed here a year or two ago that if they were trying to stop minors from sexting, so they made a law that if a minor is in possession of another minor's, and it was also to stop the bullying too that was going along with it, because it's happened at my daughter's little school. If there's been 2 kids now that I know of that she knows, and she's just a freshman, and school's only been in a month. 2 already have been exposed, as she says. And that's 2 that has sent out nudes that got sent around from the person that they originally sent them to. To me, it's a little heartbreaking that these young girls don't value themselves a little bit more. But if you feel like it's something you have to do, no, that's a chance. Okay? And if you're caught with nudes, I think they have to reread the law, but I know if you're caught with nudes of another minor, that is child pornography and you will be arrested. And the way our laws work with child pornography is it's not one charge, it's charged per image or video. But I also want to say that you can be charged for your own. Now, I'm not sure. I would have to double check the laws, but I was telling them that last night and they were blown away. I'm like, yeah, so, you know, that was one mistake. I did a lot of stupid shit as a teenager. Like, probably something far worse than spreading nudes. I wasn't sexually active as a teenager, but, you know, I did a lot of stupid shit. I got suspended for 35 days. My freshman year for vandalism of government property. Almost went to juvenile. The only thing that saved me was the fact that when they asked me about it, I was totally honest on what I did. I knew I was caught. I knew they had to know something. So, yeah, I admitted to what I did, and the principal took it fairly easy on me. Instead of having me arrested, they did call my parents, and he worked to get me in what's called an alternative school. I know some of you may know what that is. Generally, late in the year, those spots are reserved for upperclassmen, but I was a freshman. They got me in because it was going to cause me to miss the last half of the school year, the last 30. So I was suspended for 35 days, and I want to say there was either 30. I want to say there was like 33 days left of the school year because technically I wasn't supposed to go back the first 2 days of school the following year, but my principal let me. But they sent me to an alternative school at night because the day school was filled, and with the day school you would go on regular hours. Night school, you only went 4 hours a night, except for on one night, which was like counseling. We only did 2 hours, and then Monday, and then we had Fridays off. So Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we did 4 hours a night. We had like 2 subjects every night. It's kind of work at your own pace because you're in there with kids of all ages. And I mean, I was in there with some kids that did some bad shit. And I mean, a lot worse than just destruction of government property. You know, I was in there with a kid that heated up a nail in shop or a screw or something on like a grinder, you know, where it was like red hot, and touched it to the back of another kid's neck because he'd pissed him off. You know, kids that were in there for fighting. Just, it was crazy. I mean, it wasn't safe, but I tend to get along with everybody. I always have been that way. So, yeah, I'm the mom that's just kind of honest with the kids, and I tell them, like, if you're going to do it, you know, be sure that you can trust them, and if it's just a case of you not giving a shit, then be prepared for what it can cause you later in life. So, to all my dear teens that watch me, and some of you all I know go to my daughter's school, as you told me yesterday, thank you. You are absolute sweetheart. Please take that into mind. And if anybody ever needs somebody to talk to, I'm here. I'm understanding. I'm not going to rat you out. The only time that I would go and say something to anybody is if it was a situation where I think that you were in danger. You know, like if I thought you were going to kill yourself, or that it was leading down that road, some stuff like that. That's the only time that I would ever try to reach out to your parent. Other than that, I'm good to talk to. I know most of the kids that watch this channel actually know me, so yeah. Anyway, I hope I got through to some of you last night. If you didn't get to hear the talk, well, now you have. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me, here or in real life. Love you guys.